Today's lesson is from section 6-4, and it's entitled Special Parallelograms. We're going to specifically talk about rectangles and rhombuses. This section has several theorems. And the first one states that the diagonals of a rhombus bisect the angles. So here I have a rhombus, a diagonal. The first thing you have to remember is that opposite angles of a parallelogram, which a rhombus is, are congruent. So if I bisect each of these, what can I state about the measures of these angles? Measure of angle 1, measure of angle 2, measure of angle 3, measure of angle 4. What kind of a symbol am I going to put in between here? Right, an equal sign. So that's the theorem. Let's use that theorem now to find angle measures. So we're going to start with a parallelogram. Which is a rhombus, M, N, P, and Q. And this angle here, angle N, is 120 degrees. And I want to find these angles 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the first thing I'm going to say is that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 2. So let's look. I have 1. I have 2, sorry, this is supposed to be 3. I have 1, I have 3. So what shape is this? It's a triangle. What specific kind of triangle is it? Right, isosceles. So I can say that the measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 3 are congruent because they are the base angles of an isosceles triangle. Then I'm going to say measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 3 plus 120 equals 180. Why can I say that? I'm going to write it underneath here. I'm running out of room. Triangle, angle, sum theorem. Remember? 3 angles in a triangle equal 180. Next step, looking at the first one, where measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 3, and they're both down here. I'm going to substitute. I'm going to substitute angle 1 for angle 3. So I end up with measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 1 equals 100 plus 120 equals 180 degrees. And that was substitution. Then I'm going to subtract 120 from both sides. So measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 1 equals 60. But this really is 2 times the measure of angle 1, is it not? This was the subtraction property. I have one step left. What might I do here? Good. I'm going to divide by 2. And this was the division property. Next theorem, which is 6-10, states that the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular. AC is perpendicular to BD.